What is going on? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. For all the new subscribers, I am Norman, also known as King Julian. Uh, if y'all read the thumbnail, well, sometimes I just can't go with some weird stuff. So, here's an update on the car. I had to go in and sand it because I just saw too many divots throughout the body lines, and I just could not go with that many divots. Uh, Corrected a couple of divots back here, and a little bit of a divot that was right there, which that's all smoothed out now. I will have to very carefully tape off the windows and reshoot this whole car. Originally I was trying to look past it, if you want to call it that, and I just couldn't do it. The more I looked at it, the more it was irritating me, and I was like, no, 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 I'm not going to do no sloppy work. And being that this was a 1940 style era build, I wanted to, the same as with the Spirit of Teresa car, I wanted that same sense of, what do you call it? Same sense of workmanship go in this car as I do with the Spirit of Teresa car. And even though that one was built and dedicated for a friend of mine that passed away, this is a King KEPNER RANCH car, so it's got to look good, right? And I just couldn't let it go. I couldn't, no matter how hard I kept. For a couple of days, I sat there just looking at it, and I'd put it out in the sun. I'd do this number, and I'd do that number, and I'd do this number and that number. And I just couldn't do it. Couldn't. And so I had to sand it, which I used actually, believe it or not, Scotch pad. Just a green one. Normal household Scotch pad. And then some 220 grit sandpaper very lightly. Is all 100% of the divots out of this? No. And part of that reasoning is because of where they're located at. It's too close to the windows, and if I get that close to it, it could potentially pull the windows loose. So I don't want to do that. And then again, like right up here, the body line up here reappeared. And this is not supposed to be, it's supposed to be a seamless body. So that was just really, I had to fix that. And then once I really got into it, I really started paying attention to what was going on, and realized like I said, I had to fix it. I just could not let this go. So now I'm in a process where I can tape off the windows, shoot the primer again, and then lay down the balloon. And doing this actually worked out pretty nice because it smoothed out the paint just a little bit more. And it's also going to make for the primer to smooth out better as well. So that was an upside to it. Downside? The tedious process of marking out the windows. Now, if for any reason this plastic inside comes loose, I have to pull it out. And then I got to figure out another way to do that, which, no big deal really, because I could always come out here and do an outside frame window, and it'd still be the same deal. It'd just make it look more like there's a lip on the outside of the window, with the plastic individually being cut and placed in between every single window. So don't be surprised if that winds up happening, because I'm already questioning one window right now, which looks like it's starting to come loose. If it does, I'm going to play hell getting this out. And then I'm going to have to do it the way I did not want to have to do it. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting build. Uh, I started making the handrails for here. After I do the diaphragms back here, then I will make the handrails for back here. Um, I actually like the way this car is turning out. Uh, and I'm really hoping that when this is all said and done, and the build for the next car starts, and then I get the side skirting done for the articulate cattle cars, that as each piece is done and my kids have the opportunity to see this train run, and as the years go by, they enjoy it more. And they enjoy the fact that their dad built it. You know, much like how I enjoy my father's G-scale trains that he hand built. I still enjoy those today. There's not a price tag on them. And so that's what I'm hoping in the future, that when my kids realize this was built to a World War II era style, and they understand more of what I went through to build it, and they're proud of that. That's what I'm hoping for. And again, I want to make this just as smooth as possible and keep it looking just as nice as possible. So that's where I'm at. So there's a quick update. And I will do some more work on it probably tomorrow, after I shut down for the night. And just see what's going on from there. So y'all will see more progress on this. I do need to go by an O'Reilly's or an AutoZone. I need to pick up a can of primer and possibly another can of Bahama Metallic Blue, since the intense metallic blue pearl is becoming very hard to get. And I really want to save that one for the cattle cars when I can find it, and the locomotive. Yes, the GE E60 is going to be painted to match the train. Kind of oddly enough, I found another one. A couple of them. My wife might shoot me after Christmas, because I might just wind up ordering about 3 of them. Hey, you got to have a fleet, right? I never thought I'd hear myself say that. But anyways, so again, the Duplicolor, this is the Bahama Metallic Blue. It's a very nice color. And the one thing I will say for the Duplicolor paint is the more layers you add, the darker it gets. Now, it's not going to get as dark as the intense metallic blue, but it does leave a very, very nice color scheme for a passenger service. So, I think I'm pretty much going to stick with this for the passenger cars, and the intense metallic blue for the freight cars. And as soon as I can, we'll hook them all together, and we'll get the train running. And hey, you never know what's going to be coming up here pretty soon. The wife and I have been discussing it, and maybe putting up a temporary layout going up and around my front living room with a drop-in section and some custom-made bookshelves. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of months, maybe strictly after Christmas, because we are discussing that, since I was given a bunch of free stuff by my brother's brother, that is very kind of a rustic look, and I like it. And my wife and I discussed some plans with it, and it was going to work out actually pretty nice. And yeah, so we're going to see what's going to happen. And that display piece I was working on maybe wind up being one of the sections on that one, but it'll all be made to be able to take down and pick up the sections, fold the legs up, and walk it out. Because I want to keep it. While my wife and I keep going on the same track about it, I want to keep it where I can use it on my full layout. Use those sections. So anyways, that's where we're at. There's a little hint as to what may be happening after Christmas. Other than that, we're just going to keep on going. As always, please hit like and subscribe. Drop some comments. Have a good time on this channel. That's what this channel is all about, learning and seeing what I'm doing. And y'all's comments is what keeps me going. Please keep the shiny side up, rubber down. I'll see you in the next video. I will try to get out tomorrow, but no guarantees. It may wind up being this weekend before I get the next one out. However, I will try my hardest, okay? As always, y'all have a nice night. Take care. See y'all later. Good night.